Okay, and after I watched something that I don't, something that shouldn't have existed because I joked about, oh, the writers should go in prison, haha, funny. Long story short, I watched episode 1 to see what is this even about. It was good. Or episode 1 of that season. I keep watching it, I enjoyed it. I watched it to the end, it had good fight scenes. It's like it was JoJo Part 3, which was the second season. Overall, I enjoyed it. The ongoing story was like them traveling to. The plot involved a man called Jotaro journeying to Egypt with a group of four other people to stop a vampire called Dio, whose Stand Awakening awakened the Stand and the rest of his family, which was killing his mother. And Dio's ability, didn't know what it was. It just felt weird, surreal, and uncanny. And just like when the fight happened, it felt like this like powerful force was unleashed on them. Yeah, there was just like if it's like, and then he proceeded on to like take a car after them. It's like, but then when he actually got to fight them, I'm like, okay, what is he gonna do? And his ability that like moved people instantly just destroyed the gut, just destroyed Kakuin's chest, and he was sent flying. I'm like, I'm sorry. And I'm just in confusion of what is this? How are they meant to fight this? He can deflect attacks with his bare hands and could just make them just die and fly through the air. His ability can stop time, as Jotaro's grandfather gets a knife thrown at his neck and stop time, as he tries to warn Jotaro about what Dio can do, and then Jotaro just walks up to Dio. It's like, oh, I'm walking closer to beat your sorry ass to a pulp. I'm like feel just afraid for the character for the character's life, because how do you fight a character that can do that? Yeah, long story short, they fought a bunch. Jotaro could move for like a second in frozen time. I thought he won when he started rapidly punching Dio after stopping him from freezing time twice. But then he got back up, lived, and fought a bit more. He then died due to bad leg punch. Overall, my thoughts on it are, it felt like a fun action, fun action, and it felt like a fun action cartoon, basically. At least that was my impression at the time. My impression at the time was it was fun and charming, and I enjoyed it. Which is like before I became a fan of something, I just do it like this is decent. They don't mind watching it kind of way. Then I try to go to the next season, and I think no, I'll watch the previous season first. Okay, but between that, there was Doug's video. Between that, I watched Doug's video where he used an AI to make video game characters fight each other to find the strongest one. Which it was funny, because it just kind of broke at times. It's like, and then Mario and Master Chief entered the lava-filled arena. Just, it was funny in like the broken way. Or like Kirby turning Solid Snake into a tiny pink ball and making him just a slave. Just crushing him with a foot. Then I started messing with it myself, trying to break the thing. And create a fight between Crazy Dave and Solid Snake as a joke. Which it wrote Crazy Dave as the dude who kidnaps people in dark rooms, and Solid Snake is a worthless guy. It got more ridiculous. Then I tried to break it. Then which I broke it, and went on a weird rant about the Doctor living in the dark world. It's in Robotnik and in Sonic. And then it went on about like two people in a Japanese high school. And it somehow ended with Dr. Robotnik. Then it made it confused. Dr. Robotnik was a Japanese pop singer. Then it made it confused that was like the protagonist of JoJo Part 3. And then he's like, and then he killed Sonic and got stepped on by a monster. Like, then I tried to break it up, then I just let one run wild, and it just became a weird Wikipedia about Sonic the Hedgehog, and a pop singer appearing in fake Sonic games that don't exist. And I tried to make it generate a normal Sonic story, and it thought Dr. Robotnik was a real doctor, and it somehow he became like an invincible man with a syringe in a hospital. It was stupid. It just a bunch of other stupid results happened. Eventually, it tried to make it write a Mario story based on a joke thing I made it generate off of a collection of fan fiction summary pages on a fan fiction page. So basically, that was funny. It's like, oh, Mario and Luigi messing around in the lab with a frog that shrinks and grows. Which then ended up with some dude called Dr. Lyle making them eat raw meat, turning evil, creating turning out playing a creepypasta game. That didn't work. He was called a lousy scientist because he couldn't make a good Sonic game, but could make a shrink ray. Then he fought them with weird powers, in which he like wished Mario and Luigi out of existence. With Mario living, he then summoned. He then had a dragon. Then Mario saw someone familiar, who I turned into a random children's book protagonist, who then was a whiny person who questioned him. They're called Glory the Rainwing. I forget what they are from. I don't know what they're from, and I don't care to look it up. Which I think they only happened because, like, an AI generated the word Pyria, or whatever it was called. When I tried to make it write a messed up Spiral story as a joke, it said it in whatever that place was, which is the wrong location. Which I think was from that children's book that happened. Which was the lane that protagonist is from. Yeah, long story short, the guy typed on a keyboard to make things randomly happen, and the AI just lost its understanding of what reality is. It's like Dr. Lyle was typing on the keyboard, then he was setting the image of Mario sitting on a toilet while Mario was hanging next to a toilet, upside down with a plunger tied to his tail. Like, it was just so broken. Then I went back to finish ones that were unfinished, which got equally stupid, involving some guy called Mayor James. And Dio, the man in black clothing, was a suitcase. It was just stupid in a funny way. I played Kirby in the Forgotten Land at some point, after the first couple of them. I enjoyed it. It was a good Kirby game. In terms of, like, it was a good first 3D entry, which I kind of wish did you die when you fall off the level? Oh well, I did not like having to get collectibles. Okay, Star Wars: The Clone Wars Season 4. I enjoyed it. I loved it a lot. I can't remember any specific stories. I said there was some with Darth Maul, and one where an alien and a group of droids get trapped in a white void. Those were both pretty good episodes. There were other good ones there were other good ones, except the white void and there were other good episodes that I cannot remember from it, that were not Darth Maul or the white void that were good. I do not remember exacts, but it was good. Spider-Man 3. I watched it to see if it was any good. Spider-Man 3 was not as bad as I said. Yeah, the film felt overstuffed, and it felt like it needed more time to do what it wanted to do, but I enjoyed it. Spider-Man's weird, cringy emo dance was stupid, though. Spider-Man Far From Home, I rewatched that one. I enjoyed it. I liked Mysterio, he was a good villain. Overall, I liked Mysterio. I liked how it ended, with the reveal of his Spider-Man's identity becoming revealed. I liked the imagery with the illusions of Mysterio. Overall, I enjoyed it. I'd recommend it. Okay, JoJo Part 1. Look at JoJo Part 1. It was good in the beginning. The part where they fought the two medieval vampires sucked. The stuff after that was pretty good, though. Seeing Jonathan with a sword just felt weird. JoJo Part 2. I liked Joseph's personality. The Pillar Men were a surprise in terms of villains because they were not what I was used to. In the series, I thought Tars was going to become a stand user at the end or something. But he became the ultimate life form. I thought his duplicate might have been a stand as well, but it wasn't. Well, I mean, he might have been a stand user that can make a duplicate of himself to fight people. I don't know. Might have been. It's probably somewhere buried in a Wikipedia. Overall, I enjoyed it. Hormone felt like I couldn't quite figure out what it exactly did. It did a bunch of things. JoJo Season 3. It picks up 10 years after Jotaro defeated Dio. Basically, it's a small town slice of life / murder mystery thing. The main character is Josuke. Long story short, I liked the stuff with Kira. He was a good villain, but the fight against him was... I think it was the most intense final battle I'm ever going to see in all of fiction. Just because, like, in any other action series, they can just walk up and hit the bad guy. It might do nothing. It might be pointless. It might be stupid and a waste of time, but they can walk up to the bad guy and do that. Here, the second they learn his name, they instantly die because of his ability, and I genuinely thought they were gonna die at the end of part 2 of 5. It's like, oh, now what? Is it just gonna be like Joseph against him? What's that gonna be like? As in, I thought they were dead for sure, because when Hayato tried to attack him with the cat plant, it's as if his ability altered time without him being aware of it. To where he was immune to all attacks that were from people who were in the time loop. And because you could not alter events that happened, I'm like, how? How do you fight this guy? Like, you just walk up to him, just as a random dude, and just think, oh, it's a random guy, let me punch him in the face. Like, is that how you fight him? Because you would not be trying to fight the villain, you'd be fighting a random guy. According to your knowledge. Like, long story short, Hayato called Josuke, woke him up. Josuke found Kira, attacked him. I think Kira should have just tried to live and wait for him to die in a couple minutes. And said, you're too late, you'll die in a couple minutes to my ability bites the dust. You should have at least tried that. It's like, wait, you have an ability that'll kill me in a few minutes? Then he, like, explains it. And it's like, I'm killing you right now. And it's like, I gotta deactivate bites of dust to defend myself. It should have played out more like that. Instead of just immediately thinking, oh no, I'm being attacked. As he's like, slowly just tried to rapidly punch him in the face. Slowly going towards him. She should have just like tried to like scare them away first before doing that. And then they fought with it, and he like used the cat plant's air bubbles and turned them into bombs as a main weapon in the fight. He never used his homing heat-seeking bomb that he shot out from his hand or Stan's hand or whatever it is. And then there was the last part of the fight where he tries to insta-kill everyone in front of everyone. I'm like, oh good. Now what? So then, I'm like, oh great, his ability activated. How are they going to defeat him? What's even going to happen? And there's Jotaro charging at him, ready to stop time and just kill him immediately. His ability activates. He goes back in time. But, like, he doesn't. He's now in this place where dead people go, and he's like, oh, you actually got killed. Maybe it was like, it kind of should have been like, he goes back in time, but his ability did not kill them. Because they already knew his identity, and then he died. That would have been an equally good ending. Or he goes back in time and knows he would not kill them, and tries to kill them in the past, but like messes up and Josuke kills him. That would have been equally good. Arioto tells him about it, because he's remember the stuff, but Nappy was in bites the dust. And it's activated stuff, like, that would have also been really good as well. If they actually showed the flaw of the ability, and how it gets him killed. Overall, the ending of him just being murdered immediately, while I think the ability is, like, trying to activate after his hand gets broken, with his eye glowing, like, bright purple, ready to activate. Overall, it was a good finish. It was a good final battle. Okay, the Super Mega Worm games. I liked them. I enjoyed them. It was a fun little game series. The weird Santa Claus fights were fun, but the final boss kind of sucked. It was easier than the first Santa fight, but oh well, I enjoyed it. Spider-Man No Way Home. I had to buy this one on Blu-ray just to watch it, and oh boy, I sure did buy it on Blu-ray. I enjoyed it. I liked the returning villains from older movies. I liked how it ended. I liked the fight between Spider-Man and the Green Goblin. It felt like a full-on proper normal fight scene. I liked the villains of the movie. I liked the characters. I cannot remember it exactly. I watched it half a year ago. What do you expect from me? Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 5. I liked it. It was better than Season 4. I don't remember anything exact about it, except Ahsoka leaving the Jedi Order, and how the Jedi became corrupt, and were falling, just becoming corrupt and evil, that kind of stuff. Generally, it was a good season. I wish that they put it all in its correct order, its actual watch order, on streaming services, or had an option to choose between each. Okay, Morbius, the movie that failed twice. That meme was funny. That movie was awful. For all I know is that it had Matt Smith in it and some stupid comic book vampire dude, and it was like really dumb and terrible. And became like a weird meme for like the It's Morbin time thing. That was so weird. Like, it was just like internet to collectively mock some awful movie. Vaguely Spider-Man related. Okay, the crappy Chip and Dale movie. Critics said it was good. No, it wasn't. It sucked. It was just mediocre. Like, I don't want to watch it again. It felt soulless. Chip and Dale did not feel like themselves. It just felt like a strange alternate universe fanfiction where everyone's an actor or something idiotic like that. Like, I put it in the same like general area of stupid as a bad fanfic, really. I'm not going over the plot. It does not deserve that. Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 6 and Season 7. These were the length of a full season, so I'll talk about them as a whole. I like the part. I like the multi-parter, then story arc was the whole Order 66 discovery. That was good. I like the part with Yoda going to the Sith homeworld. There was something in between that I forgot about. The middle arc, I do not remember it. Season 7, The Bad Batch sucked. They felt one-dimensional and crappy. I expect that kind of writing in a bad fanfiction. The second story arc about Ahsoka and some found family people and droids and a prison. It was good. I liked it. There's the finale. If I had a list of the story arcs in that show, I'd talk about them. I'd talk about each story arc individually, but I cannot remember them to save my life. I liked Darth Maul's brother in Season 4. I liked Darth Maul in the finale. I liked Order 66. It was good. I truly enjoyed it. I loved all the character stuff in that finale. Okay, Star Wars Episode 3. It was kind of boring. I could somewhat pay attention, but I could not tell you what happened beyond. There was a bunch of flip scenes. It was the Emperor, and it was revealed, and Palpatine, or Sidious, or whoever that's called. I don't care. Anakin's turn pissed me off, because he was not out of his character to make rash decisions. But it never showed me his actual justifications. It's like, oh, go kill people. This is unrelated to your current dilemma. Go do it. Oh, okay then. Kill everyone on every side. Okay, it was stupid. Posted an angry post about it afterwards. Is being called good? No, they're not good. They suck. Yeah, there's good material in around that time, but it does not fix the fact that they suck. They're awful. The next movie I watched was somehow worse. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about my final days, my final seconds as a teenager. My final seconds as a teenager were me filming the clock going down. What's that? Next time, we talk about my birthday, Final Fantasy, the second worst comedy I watched this year, and more Star Wars. Tune in next time.